Welcome back everyone. Today we're going to discuss a quick topic that a lot of folks actually could disagree with me on here, and that's okay. But that topic would be, is hard mode even hard at all? Pertaining to this quick question and this quick subject, I do believe these are logical points that I'm going to bring you, and they could open up your eyes to see a different perspective. But anyways, as a quick disclaimer, all of these are just my opinions, but they are formulated from a lot of SnowRunner reviews, gameplay, research over these past 3 years as a content creator. So before we start guys, please like, subscribe, and share the video as well. Let's get started, shall we? So a very small number of you might know that before the launch of the actual SnowRunner hard modes, there were a few content creators, a couple streamers who were doing their own custom hard modes. And I was actually one of them. They were actually my first videos that I actually posted to my channel. They're still on there. You can go look them up. I won't get into the details of them. They're explained on there. The quality, I can't really speak to that. However, I did try those. And after the announcement of a actual dedicated hard mode, Saber, I believe it was Saber, put out a survey. And in that survey, they asked about things that they wanted to see. A couple things that I put in there that I currently wanted to see because I've played other hard mode games, and I believe there were 2 of them that are missing from hard mode currently right now. One is going to be a randomizer for any type of upgrades. The second one, I believe, is an XP slider. Those were 2 things that I wanted added. However, I believe Saber went in a whole different direction. The simulated difficulty that Saber chose for this challenge was essentially using money as a way to challenge drivers through the game. To quickly answer the question, in my very humble opinion on whether or not hard mode is even hard at all, I'm gonna say no. There was a lot of disdain from me when the game first put out the hard mode, which led me to not playing it for quite some time. But hey, I jumped on the bandwagon, and we have had fun playing it, and you can stop by the stream, we still play it, and we have a good time. However, I do have some pretty strong thoughts about it. What I feel hard mode should actually be called is more like strategy mode or logistics mode, and I'm gonna give you guys some reasons why. In lieu of dropping a whole lecture here like I do on stream about this whole hard mode ordeal, I'm gonna give you guys a couple quick points here on why I feel that hard mode is not necessarily harder than normal mode, and why it probably should be called strategy mode or logistics mode or something else other than calling it hard mode. My first point is the terrain is not any different from normal mode. I believe that's just an objective fact. They are the same game whether or not you're playing normal or hard mode. The terrain model is the terrain model. My second point is it's not harder to acquire levels, which acquiring levels makes the game exponentially easier per tire upgrade. So even in normal mode and also in hard mode, when you get a tire upgrade, the game becomes easier. That is just an objective fact. Tire upgrades are one of the strongest things, strongest upgrades that you can get in the game for a game of off-roading like SnowRunner. My third point is it's essentially all about money management, logistics, and strategy, which is a great thing. I do believe it's a great thing. I have fun doing it. And everything costs money. So essentially the difficulty comes from everything costing money. And my fourth point is, it kind of piggybacks on the third, is the difficulty of money, which is the difficulty aspect, that declines as you progress through early game. Now, in Michigan, it felt initially hard because the little monetary value you had and the small amounts of experience due to it being the very first map and region, which was Black River, Michigan, right? Also due to no value from selling trailers and half the value of selling trucks, you are relying on a very small fleet of trucks in Black River, one of which is your main go-to that has all-wheel drive and diff lock, which is the Fleet Star. Awesome truck, by the way. However, you can gain a lot of money and a lot of levels by spamming contests to get rewards in SnowRunner. You can do this in normal mode, and you can also do it in hard mode as well. The difference on spamming them in hard mode versus normal is in normal mode you can spam them unlimited times. On hard mode, it used to be 3 times. Now you can complete them a maximum of 5 times, 5 rewards, and these rewards can potentially grant more experience and cash than some very large contracts that can take 1, 2, or even 3 hours to complete, sometimes depending on how efficient a driver can be. Quick example here. In Amore, on the map Cosmodrome, there is a contest called Fuel 8, which the reward is over $9,000 to complete. So in a scenario where money is the key difference from normal mode and hard mode, and it's supposed to create difficulty through scarcity, these kind of make it more easy. I'm going to give you a quick example. Spamming that contest we just spoke about is $9,000 per mission completion. That is essentially 5 semi-tankers filled up with extra left over. That's making the game much more easier, especially in very hard regions like Amore. So some folks might ask, well, Nate, what would you do if you were creating a hard mode then? How could you do it better? I don't think I could do it better, but I think I could add some things that would make the game fun, enjoyable, and I think rather new. And I'm gonna give you a couple reasons. Number 1, allow trailers to sell at either a quarter of the price or even a half, like the trucks do when you sell them in the store. I believe, realistically, trailers have some value. Now, I know I just spoke about how we're getting too much money and the monetary value should decrease because that should be the scarcity, right? And that generates kind of a difficulty, which is the appeal of hard mode. However, I'm going to kind of sidestep here as we progress through this list. Number 2, recovers cost nothing if the map is 100% completed. What I mean by 100% completed, I mean the region has had all the tasks, the contracts, and at least one attempt on every contest. Have all those completed, and whenever you're done with those, you can just recover your vehicles back to the garage. I'm gonna give you guys a quick example here. Let's say Amore. Let's say you finish 100%, you have your fleet scattered through all those 4 maps. It's going to take you a couple hours to get back, unless you want to pay, a fee of $5,000, $3,500, or $1,500 to recover back to the garage. I don't think anyone wants to pay that, but I also don't think a lot of people really want to take 4 hours just to drive back to the garage to start another map. Number 3, keep all the contest attempts at 5. I think I'm okay with keeping them at 5, but only reward money to your best attempt. So if you get bronze once, it pays you bronze. And if you get gold the next time, it pays you the difference from bronze to gold. Number 4, add a randomizer for upgrades. I'm not going to go into huge details about this, but I've done this through a mod, thank you NakedDave, and it rejuvenated my love for SnowRunner, especially when things started to get boring. It makes the game feel much more new. It makes your strategy pivot to different trucks that you would not normally use because of this. And number 5, add an XP slider to actually make leveling more important and to have something to look forward to, especially vital levels that get tire upgrades like 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. Now, there could be a few of you out there that say, well, you've only played up to Season 5 on hard mode, so you don't really get an opinion until you're caught up to Season 10, Season 11, and 12 that are coming in the future. My rebuttal would be to say that, honestly, I've been playing hard mode almost exactly like I play normal mode. I even recover and pay cash for things now because the money aspect is not really a factor for me to worry about anymore. This was all due to following principles laid out on a prior video of mine, and I will have that link in the description of the video here, that I followed to a T until the end of Season 3. Hard mode shouldn't be regarded as some badge of honor amongst the community, nor should it be the most accurate determinant of player skill. Successful hard mode players, however, play very smart and tactfully, and it's super fun to see those folks use their fleet in that setting. When it comes down to it, in my humblest opinion, as a player who's played this game a lot in the last 3+ years, its challenge wears off very quickly and trends toward being a regular playthrough, making it similar to normal difficulty. I really hope this video didn't come off as negative, but shows you a fresh, new perspective on hard mode, and gave a reprieve to those who felt this game type was just too difficult as well. Thank you all for stopping in, and as always, God bless and stay upright.